Yeah.
She's just not gonna go. I'm probably gonna hold.
Yeah. All right, it's day 8 over here, and this is my exit strategy, right? It's gonna be a lot of work. So if this is the first video you're watching, you know, I bought this property out here, no inspections, cash, no disclosures, and so everything's going pretty good. The only thing I didn't really budget for was a sewer lateral. That being said, sewer lateral needs to be replaced. So we snaked it yesterday, snaked it and cammed it. And cam means like they just run this bit down there and try to get all the roots out, and they couldn't even get past it. So I'm thinking it's collapsed. So I did talk with a plumber, probably gonna pull a permit on this one, because the city I bought in does have a sewer lateral program, but it has to be past the transition from cast iron to where the city's pipe is, which I believe is clay. So that being said, I rented a jackhammer and a demo saw, and we're gonna get into this floor. When they come in cam and scope your pipe, they're able to mark as far as they could go. So they did that, and it's about 5 feet from the foundation. Not even, it's like 3 feet from the foundation, which is crazy. It would have been awesome if it was on the other side and I didn't have to break up the basement floor, but this cast iron pipe is terrible and it's cracked, and we have a weeping willow back there, and we have like a huge, I don't know what it is, pin oak or gumball tree, something like that. I know those aren't even close to the same trees, but anyway. Yeah, so I think the roots just got down. We had a bad drought last year. So, and I'm sure you saw, if you didn't see yesterday's video, watch it. It's, if nothing else, for comic relief. So I thought I was gonna be a plumber and go through and sweat in all the copper, and I spent about 7 hours doing it. And I would say about 60% of what I did had leaks in it. It was very disappointing. There's water spraying everywhere, dangerous. So I had to cap some stuff off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drain all the water. I'm gonna let the pipes air out for a couple days, because that probably was some of the problem. There might have been some water still in the pipes. And I'm gonna have this plumber come out, and I'm gonna have him give me a price on doing this stuff, because I mean, I've already wasted at least 5 hours, so I really don't feel like wasting any more time with this property. I'm gonna do the stuff I could do, and if not, I'm gonna hire somebody to do it, because time is money, and the quicker I get this thing ready to go, the quicker I could get a renter in here paying me money. But like I said, we're probably gonna have to pull a permit on that, which I was trying to avoid, but I just don't see any way around it, unless you guys have a way. Hey, if you like the channel, subscribe to it, like it, comment. I'm sure there's plenty of keyboard commandos out there that could comment on my shenanigans over here, and maybe even give me some good advice. I think a lot of things I've learned in life have been because people talking shit, and they were right. They just were how they, the delivery maybe wasn't the best. But anyway, so this video today is not going to be too long. I'm not going to show you, you know, hours and hours of me just cutting open the floor, but I'll show you little snippets here and there as I make progress. It's going to be dusty. I have my mask. I have this demo saw with a vacuum and a jackhammer. So that's where it's going. Straight that way, right into the water closet, which really sucks because now I'm gonna have to take that thing apart. But it's not a big deal. You know, and then coming back around this way, I'm gonna have to open up this wall right here. Again, not that big of a deal. So, wish me luck. You'll see me in a little bit. All right.
All right, so I broke through. I got about a 2 by 1.5 something hole. This is right over where the crack is supposed to be. So it's only about 4 inches deep, which is not bad. I'm also finding out that I don't even know if I'm going to use the demo saw with that vacuum. It's taken a lot of time. And now that I have a hole, I might just inch my way back with the jackhammer and break off piece by piece. And I think that's probably going to be a little bit quicker. So let's get digging. I think they said about 2 feet down. So let's see what we find. Look at all these roots right here. We're not even a little bit less than a foot down, and there's just roots everywhere coming from every direction.
All right, so I've been digging for about 10 minutes. You see, we only have like a 4-inch slab, which isn't bad at all. We can see where they marked the sewer. It's like on a weird angle. Like, it's right. It's like coming straight back this way, and I guess it's going to turn somewhere. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to use that jackhammer and start jackhammering out over this doorway, because it looks like it's going straight that way towards right underneath the door jamb, which is is a little unfortunate because if it was going to that wall, we would have had like a 2 feet dig. Now that it's going that way out the side of the house, we have like at least a 6 to 8 foot dig to get to the foundation. The good thing is this dirt is super easy to dig up. Once you break up the rock, it's not a big deal. The dirt's the major problem. So here we go. We're gonna start jackhammering over on this side right here. Like I said, I'm not videotaping any of this stuff because you don't want to see me jackhammer, but I'm gonna rip up all this concrete right here, because that's right here is where they say they couldn't get the snake past. So we should see some pretty big roots or a complete collapse. You can see some water right there. Get in a little bit closer. So that pipe could be completely collapsed just on the other side of this shovel. Let's see, or on, feels solid, but I guarantee it's not. So we'll see what it looks like. All right, so we're kind of going back towards the stack in the house because right around here is the area where the scope and the camera couldn't go any further. And I'm seeing pretty heavy roots right here, so I'm thinking somewhere underneath this dirt we're gonna see what's going on, because I cleared out that first spot and it's a solid pipe, so I'm not seeing anything right there. But I mean, there's a pretty thick tree right here. So when I was looking at this house originally, it was on the market. I found it on the MLS. It was on the market for like 100 days. So I really didn't know what was wrong with it. And there was brand new vinyl windows in it. Nothing else had really been done. There was nothing in the house. Everything appeared to work, but come to find out, there was a bearing bad in the HVAC, so that needs to be replaced. And you know, when I listened to it, I'm like, huh, that's just a loud HVAC. I didn't really understand what was happening. So, you know how they say you learn from your mistakes? So that's mistake number one I learned from. I also, my wife told me, you know, you should get an inspection on this. And I was like, no. If it's broke, we'll fix it. Seller is selling it as is, no disclosures, no contingencies. And so that's what we did. And that turned out, I mean, everything was kind of fine. We were going through the demo, and I just knew I was going to be updating the plumbing and stuff like that, and some electrical. And then we found this. I mean, this is a heavy root right here. It's coming in the direction of that weeping willow back there. So I bet you anything, you know, our pipe's going like this. Bet you anything, right around here is where we're gonna find our problem. Because there is a root up there, but the pipe's intact. So I don't know. I'm kind of looking for like a collapse, to be honest. There's the pipe. Clean it out now. So you're probably seeing the mess I'm making. So what I'm gonna do is have some helpers come here and help me dig this thing out. Remove all this dirt, because once you remove it, I believe you're supposed to backfill with rock and then like new rock to get it to code. So we won't be able to put any of this chiseled concrete back in there. So all that's gonna have to disappear. What else, man? I don't know. It's a lot. Kind of using this to help me get alongside of it. Block the view for a minute. I think I found the issue right here. Feels like a big ass connection right here. So the pipe is still whole. Not finding anything. This is the part where they couldn't move past though. So let me see, I don't know if you could see that at all. So there's some sort of joint down there, right here. And I don't know, I'm gonna have to jackhammer up some more and keep going. I'm gonna dig around this, but I'm gonna keep going back a little bit, but that looks like some sort of union right there. Like I said, it's not collapsed, but I'm gonna keep working back. The reason I'm working back is because I'm hoping to find something, because that wall and closet are in my way. So once I get pretty much to the end of this room, I'm gonna have to demo that whole closet right there, which is kind of ridiculous. But I mean, what are you gonna do? There's nothing we could do about it. All right, so right here we have a union and then a support. And it seems like right about here was where the camera couldn't go any further. But there's no roots digging into this pipe right here, which is unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we haven't found the problem yet. So now I'm gonna have to turn back the other way, and I'm gonna have to tear out this closet really quick and then keep going all the way to the foundation. And then see what we got, to be honest with you. If I get to the foundation and I still haven't found any intrusion into the cast iron that's under my foundation, I'm gonna have to talk to the plumber and see what he recommends, because I mean, there's nothing back. I mean, I'm probably gonna keep going back into the other room, demoing it and cutting it out and replacing this stack. But the city that I bought this house in has a sewer lateral program. So if it's on the other side of the foundation and it's at the transition where it goes from cast iron to clay, if that's where it's broken at, I believe they will cover the cost to fix that. Now, I've already dug all this up, but I mean, what are you gonna do? All right, so let's demo this closet. All right, I'm about 4 feet away from the foundation. I decided not to demo that whole closet. I just put the jackhammer in there and pop the floor up. So I'm gonna dig under here as far as I can, and then I'm gonna go in the closet and dig there. But I believe right here is where the problem starts. There's some heavy roots right here, all over the place. So I believe we're gonna find like a collapsed pipe in this section right here that goes right underneath the foundation. So all right, stay tuned. All right, I found my first little bit of evidence here. So look at this pipe. It looks pretty good going all the way back, right? It looks solid. It felt solid. And then I got to this joint right here, and it feels like it's it was gonna go down because the foundation's coming up. So I was like, all right, that makes sense. And then I dug a little bit further, and cast iron right there. So that's, of course, it's right before the foundation, like the trickiest area to dig in, the smallest area to dig, but we don't have too much further to go right here, and we're probably going to see, I'm going to uncover this a little bit more and figure out exactly what's going on, but I mean, it looks like the pipe just completely crumbled right here. I'm not really sure, but you know, it's only been about 3 hours and we've already getting to the root of the problem. No pun intended, or pun intended. Okay, I figured I would record some of this because I feel like I got an opening here. And trying to give you guys a good view of what's going on. So, like I said, it looks like the pipe is naturally going down. You know, like it would go under a foundation. And then I found this, which there's nothing natural about that at all. So I'm just kind of prying up this broken piece right here to kind of see what's going on. I mean, yeah, I mean, look at that. Whew. All right. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's a straight piece or if this piece goes down or what the deal is. So what I'm gonna do is try to keep digging out and get a clearer picture of what's going on. All right, so I don't know what I just found, but I think it's good. So I was digging to see if this pipe is going downwards, and I just hit this big hole right here. I think I could still feel the pipe, but you also have this pipe up here. So man, like I said, still kind of confused. It looked like this pipe was going to go over here. Maybe it broke and went down. But I was also saying that I think this goes down to get underneath the foundation. And then all of a sudden, my pry bar just goes down like 12 inches. So obviously, I think I'm going to dig down first and see what's down there, see if the pipe does go down. But obviously, there's some serious water leakage right here if there's that type of hole underneath the foundation and underneath this pipe. All right, so I've been doing some digging this morning. I got all the way here. Everything is still there. I haven't seen one break in the pipe. This thing's a little nasty looking, but still no break. All that cast iron I found in there looks like an old elbow that they replaced. So coming through here, you know, and I haven't seen any leaks, nothing. So this is right where he said he couldn't go any further. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to cut through this with my Sawzall and a metal blade. I don't know if I'll be able to do it or not, though. We're going to try. So I'm going to go about a foot on either side of that and see what I get out, okay?
Oh, man. Got a little bit of dirt down here, right? Blade's a little old. Let's see what I can do here. Try a different blade. I might not have the right blade for this. Something like a steel blade would work. Let's see if this one works any better. This is a metal blade. So I don't think that last blade I was using, I think it was a wood blade that can cut through nails. That's it. So, see how this one does. Whatever. Let's try something else. See what happens here. Okay, so I jackhammered out a little bit more. And we're going to cut this pipe here and here. And we're going to try to see what we pull out. Close. Okay, that one's done. There's that one more. Mama truth. Nothing. Absolutely nothing inside this thing. Nothing. That's not fucking good. Let's see what we got over here.
All right, well, this is finally what I've been looking to find. I cut that pipe right there. That thing's completely clean now. And this came out of it. And this is blocking the other side. I'll give you two guesses what that is. Roots or shit. So, let's see if I can pull this. Because it's roots, baby. Man, that's impressive. It's just roots. All right, who thinks I could pull this darn thing out? I'm gonna give it a try. I need two hands. This puppy. God bless it. I mean, this is like a tree in here. Oh, man. I want to move the camera so I could try to get a better angle. I think you could still see. I don't want to cut myself either. Oh, dude, this is insane. Yeah, I don't know, buddy. I'm gonna have to get some advice on that one. So we found the problem. We got a tree root literally growing all the way up here. The thing is, I don't know where it's coming in at. You know, it could be coming in outside, to be honest with you, and it probably is. So, yeah. You know, honestly, I might have to cut this other side off over here and try not to cut that root so I got more give. But I mean, who knows how long this thing is? It could be terribly long. So that's gonna wrap it up for today. It's time to go home and get ready for Christmas. So thanks for coming out, and we'll see what happens. Check out my channel, like, subscribe, and get yourself on there so you could watch all this crazy stuff. All right, good morning. It's December 29th. So had to take a little break for a couple days. I got a stomach bug, and then it was Christmas, and I got a stomach bug, and then it was some birthdays around the house. So we're back here, and we're gonna start digging. And I just realized, like, I was looking at this pipe that I busted out, and I thought this damn root was going in there. So look at the size of some of these roots that were around the pipe. There's some fibrous ones that are going through it. So like I said, the goal today is, I think we're gonna cut off this knuckle right here, because it just looks terrible. And then what I'm gonna do is try to do it without cutting the root, so I could have something to hold on to. And then what I'm gonna do is try to pull that root out if I can. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I'm not gonna spend too much time into it because
the city that I bought this home in, there is a sewer lateral program, so I will be able to apply for that. I talked to a couple plumbers, and they've advised me that that's probably the best route to go, because it's gonna be a lot easier to dig this thing up from the outside for them with a big machine and then just yank that root out than it is, or for them to just pull the pipe with the root in it, than it is gonna be for me to possibly pull this thing out. Because I mean, this is crazy. Look at this. This is the root that came out of there. I mean, it's really thick. I mean, there's no sag in that at all. It's heavy duty. So I bought a small shovel over here. So I got this little guy today to help me dig down in that hole. And I got this corkscrew thing for dog leashes. And I'm hoping that I could, I mean, honestly, I might even try just putting the corkscrew in there right now, getting in as far as I can and bringing it back. Don't know if that's really gonna work though. It might make more sense to have more stuff to play with, and then I could tie like a tie strap around the corkscrews well to really hold those roots in there, and then try to yank them out. I've seen guys on YouTube yank these things out, and they're really long, but I just don't know how feasible that's gonna be for me. But we're gonna work on it for about 2 hours today. And then what we're gonna do is we are going to make sure this plumbing is watertight. My dad's coming over here. He's way better of a plumber than I am. I'm an idiot when it comes to plumbing. And I think what happened last time was there was just still water in the pipes. So I turned the water on, I've drained it. Everything should be good. Should be nice and dry to fix all my mistakes from last time. And then pretty much once that's done, I'm gonna leave this to almost the very end. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace the stack, and then I'm gonna button up all the walls and get that stuff ready for tile and paint, and just keep moving forward. And then once a good majority of the stuff is done, I'm gonna probably call the city and have them get on this sewer, you know, once I'm ready to hook up toilets and stuff like that. Because I know they could come out right now and probably fix it within 2 weeks. It's just, you know, I kind of want to get a couple things buttoned up around here first. So thanks for coming back to the exit strategy. As you can see in this video, you're not going to get just like little clips of, hey, this is a before and after. You're going to see me doing this stuff and how long it takes, how many days it takes, and how many mistakes you make, which sets you back. I think this is day 2 of setback, but if I button up the plumbing today, it's not that big of a deal. It's what's 2 days. So you're gonna see all the good things that happen, the bad things that happen, and how realistic it is. Like right now, I think we're, you know, I wasn't planning on doing this or replacing the plumbing or the stack or anything like that. So I think it puts us right about $3,000 over budget. But like I said, we're not replacing the AC, so that gives us $2,000 back. So it puts us $1,000 over budget. And I'm gonna see if there's areas that we could save in elsewhere as well, to where that kind of levels out a little bit. Probably not likely. We're probably gonna be a little over budget on this, but it's okay. It's all gonna work out. But please subscribe to the channel, come back. You know, this is the first of many houses I'm gonna do, so you're gonna be able to see what a first-time rehabber does, how he does it for the majority all by himself, and what happens when you do it by yourself. So thanks again for coming back. First off, let's see if we could even get this thing in here. hoping it's gonna go right through the middle, but it does not feel like that. It feels like it's doing everything but that. Yeah, that didn't seem to go too well. So I think what I'm gonna try to do is cut down there around that knuckle and see how that works, but I'm gonna have to do a little bit of digging first. All right, we're making progress. It's been about an hour, and it looks like we've dug down far enough to find that other elbow, which is what I wanted to find, because I just think these elbows look like hell, and if we could find out where it straightens and replace the pipe there, I think that makes more sense. Everything just looks kind of rough. Even though it's still together, it just looks rough. You can see how thick those roots are right there. I just don't know if we're going to be able to pull those through. We'll see. All right, it took, I don't know, about an hour and 45 minutes. And I've gotten down to where there's the second elbow and it goes out to the side yard. But I think what I'm going to do now is just try to cut on this other side of this elbow right here and try to cut around so I could have some long set of root to grab a hold of to see if I'll have any chance at even pulling this thing out. Like I said, we're not going to waste too much time with that because, you know, as I'm sitting here thinking, we're already, like you could see right there is the footing. Right there is the foundation. So we're pretty much directly underneath it right now. And if I have the city come out and dig up their end and just pull this hunk out and throw a pipe through the ground right there, they should be able to connect to it. Now, obviously, I know it's not going to be that easy. If I can't get this root out and they can't pull it out, I think it makes more sense to replace all this shit instead of just leaving it in here. I mean, we've done all this work. Why would we leave shit in here and then like put a, you know, PVC pipe right here fixing this little spot when this knuckle looks just terrible? So in my mind, it makes more sense to replace all this crap. You know, and if that means I have to have a plumber do it, then I'm sure I could I'm sure I could manage that. So like I said, I'm gonna cut this right over here and see if I have enough root to grab a hold of and pull on this thing. Like I said, my dad's coming out here today. He's bringing a come along, and I don't know if we really have anything to anchor onto here, but we're gonna see what we could do and go from there. I mean, if two grown men can't pull this thing out by hand, then it's probably not going to come out by hand. It's probably going to have to come out by machine. And you know, they bring a big excavator in here, they could just pull this whole pipe through, and it's just going to be simple. And then, like I said, just throwing a 4-inch pipe through and making the connection sounds a little bit easier than what I'm doing here. Plus, we don't want to waste any time. We've already wasted enough time. We probably got about, I don't know, 10 hours into this already. It's a mess. All right. So I managed to cut through the pipe. I try to do it as much as possible without cutting the root. Now I'm going to try to pull this thing out just to give you an idea. These roots are so in here, I could barely pull this pipe off. Oh, I mean, that's just, they are in every inch of this pipe. I mean, that's impressive. And it looks like the bottom of the pipe actually had a crack in it right there. Ah, brother, I'm telling you, it's insane. But I mean, look at this thing. I mean, honestly, I don't think me and my pops are gonna be able to grab a hold of that thing and pull it out, unless it's only, you know, 5-6 feet long. But that's what we're working with. A huge, oh shit.
Still recording. That's what we're working with, a huge root right there, just completely infiltrated that pipe. It's unbelievable.